What's up, everybody? Trey Wright here. Today we're going to dive into the stock market, where it's at, where we think it's going. Now, before we get started, I want to let you guys know this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and in no way constitute as legal or financial or real estate advice. Please consult a legal, financial, or real estate professional in your area for advice before making any decisions. So let's jump into the stock market, where it's at. Right now we're at an all-time high. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how much higher we can go. I hold a lot of stuff in my portfolio, and I swing trade, I day trade in a way, and I have some that I hold forever. Now, I really don't know what to do in my portfolio at the moment, so I'm sitting on about 40% cash, and it may need to be higher, it may need to be lower. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, and maybe together we can figure this thing out. So if you guys been paying attention to recent events and the economy right now, we're in a government shutdown. We have the buy now, pay later, which is a catastrophe. I do not know what's going on there. Guys, I heard that you can split a pizza with other people, or you can buy a pizza on credit. If you're buying a pizza on credit, you've got to talk to somebody. There's no way that this path is sustainable. It scares me to death. I know a lot of people have talked about it, but not enough people, it seems like, because it's still a thing. And these companies have just went public on the stock market. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They don't seem to be going away, and it scares me to death. Now, I'm not personally a genius, but I do know some things, and there's no way that this path that we're on is sustainable. I do think there is some interesting takes as far as Trump and which way he's taken the financial sector. There's a lot of talk about, is Trump converting our debt over to crypto and what that looks like, etc. From my understanding, a take that makes sense to me is, if you devalue the dollar all the way down as far as you can go, and then you're at the same time investing in crypto, and you change over the payment systems from the dollar to crypto, and you refinance the whole structure with a lower debt because your value to dollar is way lower, and technically, overall, you would reduce the national debt. This makes sense to me, and now this is a very simplified form of what's actually going on, but it helps me to believe that there is some kind of orchestration to this plan. Now, is this sustainable? I have no clue. I do not know the answers, but I do know that it should be talked about. I do know that the American dream, which gives people a sense of ownership, a sense of pride in their nation, is eroding away. And what I mean by that is, the average home buyer today is 38 years old. That is scary. That means people are waiting on average until they're 38 to buy a home. Well, what about everybody that's under the age of 38? It used to be, whenever you were young, you buy a house, you have a family, you have nationality, you have pride in your country because you had ownership, because you owned your house, you owned the land, you didn't want anything to happen to it. But that does not seem to be the case today, because home prices have skyrocketed. The price at the grocery store has skyrocketed. There's no way that Americans, young Americans particularly, can keep up with today's inflation. What that means is, they're not buying homes, they do not have any nationality, they don't feel like America loves them and they love America. And essentially, I think we're creating a very, very bad recipe for what's to come if we don't get this under control. Now, what could that look like in the future? Well, it could be riots, it could be civil war, it could be civil unrest, It could be all of these things, and none of these things are good for us as American, as a country, as the USA. So when I say all this, I don't want it to be a doomsday post. I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. I just say that it does need to be talked about, and it does need to be perceived as what it is and not swept under the rug. It's crazy what's going on, and I don't think that we're at the point where it's not salvageable, but I do believe we're at the point where something needs to change. Now, if you guys feel the same way I do and want to talk about it, or like this video and want to see more content like this, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.